Why did French President Emmanuel Macron ultimately not say that French could have stopped the genocide, as his office had announced last week? Emmanuel Macron said this words: I cannot be with you on this very important day, the third international commemoration of the genocide against the Tutsi. On this genocide, this moment so important and cruel in your history. Dare I say, in your history. I believe I said everything on May 27th, 2021 when I was among you. I have no words to add, no words to subtract from what I told you that day. French fury assumes everything exactly as I started, and I thank President Kagame once again for the way he welcomed this, and thereby opening a new page today in our relationship. The past had to be named, the past must continue to be analyzed, studied by our historian in the best condition in the ongoing work of historiography. The work must continue also for the past to be studied, transmitted. And this is also the purpose of the ongoing mission between academics, historian, Rwandan French, but also from around the world. All the work that have been done by Professor Ducres and so many of the colleges for the achievements to preserve, sometimes constituted, to consolidate the testimonies, and for the work to continue. In any case, on this day, I want to reaffirm my attachment, my deep affection, to reiterate to you these words from May 27, 2021, and to tell you that my deep will, that of French, it was continue to move forward together hand in hand, always remembering, but with this hope that can only be built when the past is faced and assumed, but with this determination to build a new partnership with Rwanda, with the entire sub-region, with the African continent. This is what drive French. This is what we work together. This is what I want, I am committed to, and I will continue to be committed to by our side. Thank you. I am with you wholeheartedly on this day. Sons and daughters, king and queens, brothers and sisters in the continent, and those who are in diaspora. You heard well Emmanuel Macron, his words, but let's now listen the words from President of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, on French.
One night, in the later days of the genocide, I received a surprise visit past midnight from General Dallaire. He brought a written message of which I still have a copy from the French general commanding the force that France had just deployed in the western part of our country. That operation took place. The message said that we would pay a heavy price, meaning those of us, the RPF, if our forces dared to try to capture the town of Butare, that is in southern part of our country. So, and General Dallaire gave me additional advice. He said, in fact, he warned me. He said that the French had attacked helicopters and all kinds of arms. Every kind of heavy weapon you can imagine, and therefore were prepared to use them against us if we did not comply. I asked him whether French soldiers bleed the same way ours do. I asked him whether we have blood in our bodies. Then I thanked him and told him that he should just go and have rest and sleep, and have his sleep. After giving after informing the French that our response would follow. And it did. I immediately radioed the commander of the forces that were actually in that direction, in that area. Is called Fred Ibingira. And told him to get ready to move, and move to fight. We took Butare, which we were being warned not to enter. We took that town at dawn. Within weeks, the entire country had been secured. And we began rebuilding. We did not have the kind of arms that were being used to threaten us. But I reminded some people that this is our land, this is our country. Those who bleed will bleed over it. We had lost all fear. Each challenge or indignity just made us stronger.
As we know, Rwanda marked on April 7th the 30th commemoration of the genocide against the Tutsi, which saw the death of at least 800,000 Rwandans, mainly ethnic Tutsi, in 100 days of massacre in 1994. During a press briefing on April 4th, the French President Emmanuel Macron detailed the content of video to be released on the April 7th, in which Macron was said to acknowledge France's failure to act decisively during the 1994 genocide in Rwanda. At the time, it was reported that Macron would assert the French, along with its Western and African allies, had the capacity to intervene and prevent the genocide, but ultimately fell short due to lack of determination. In the following hours, leading French media or outlets ran that headline on what was the news at the time: French could have stopped the genocide. A columnist at Library wrote, for instance, Rwanda genocide, Emmanuel Macron serves French honors. The video in vain on Sunday, April 7th, eventually did not include those quotes. In any case, on these days. I want to reaffirm and blah 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 as you heard on the video. So speaking to state media outlet French Info, the Irish advisor who made the announcement acknowledged clumsiness on her past, which does not involve the president and which resulted in a bad interpretation. Weight of domestic politics. French launched on June 1994 in southwestern Rwanda the military humiliation operation Turquoise under a UN mandate aimed at stopping the massacres. The slaughter had started in the area days of April after a plane carrying that then President Habyarimana, a Hutu, was shot down over Kigali. At the beginning of April 1994, Paris had already launched an operation to evacuate foreigners in Kigali, Operation Amaryllis, which lasted a few days. In clarification note unveiled by French retired General Lafourcade, the man who led the Tarquin mission, rebuked the comment that were still attributed to the president at the time. As the former commander of the Tarquin mission, I could testify that French did have the will to restore peace and stop the genocide in Rwanda. So, shortly, this is what happened, and let me know also your thought in this video.